and I am going to read you a book for our whole special holiday. The name of the book is Harvest of Light by Elison Ofnatsky and photographed by Eliyahu Alpern. This book, Yeladim, was made in Israel for us to read here or anywhere in the world. Harvest of Light. At the beginning of spring, in the hills around the city of Tzfat, Israel, tiny white flowers blossom on the olive trees. When the days start to get hot, the flowers fall off and the first tiny green olive appear. All summer long, I wait for them to ripen. This year, I'm old enough to help with the harvest. In the fall, before Sukkot, we pick the first green olives. This will be to eat, not for pressing into oil, but olives right off the tree are bitter. They have to be pickled in salt water before they taste good. We fill a basket with green olives. My Ima, that's my mom, cuts a small X into each one with a sharp knife, and I toss them into a bowl of cold water. Every day for a week, we drain the bowl and refill it with fresh water to wash away the bitter juice. At the end of the week, we pack the olives in glass jars with cloves of garlic, slice of lemon, spices, and salt water. The olives will soak for several months before they are ready to eat. After Sukkot, the first rain falls. The olives turn from green to purple. We gather some of these darker olives for pickling. When Maima cuts an X into them, drop of oil seeped out. As Hanukkah approaches, the olives start to turn black and shiny with oil. The branches suck from the heavy fruit. When it rains, some of the olives fall off the trees. It's time to harvest them for pressing into oil. We wear all clothes because they get stained with oil. First, the grown-ups spread big, thick plastic sheets under one of the trees. With long, thin sticks, they shake and heat the branches. The olives rain down, pitter-patter. I help by pulling out all the little twigs and collecting the olives that have rolled off the tarp into the ground. I'm careful not to step on them. Next, Abba, that's my dad, climbs the tree. With a small saw, he prunes out some of the tangled branches. I help with the olives off these branches. When we are done, we move the tarps to another tree and fill another sack. Some of the olives are all black. Some have swirls of purple and green. I put the prettiest one in a little basket. I will use them to decorate around our Hanukkah. When I get restless, Abba gives me arithmetic problems to do with the olives. Count them into one pile, he says. Now take away 2. How many are left? Now add 5 olives. How many are in the pile? Now, let's see if we can repeat the problem for you to solve it. Count 10 into one pile. Now, take 2 away. How many are left? And add 5 more olives. Now, you can tell me how many you have in your pile. I love the olive tree. They are old and their branches are twisted into beautiful shapes. One tree has a seat just for me. When I get tired of helping, I climb up into it. From up high, I can see all around the leaves and on the grapevines and pomegranate trees have turned red and yellow. A black and white woodpecker picks a hole in the bark of another olive tree. Across the valley, I hear voices and see small figures spreading a tarp under the tree. Our neighbors are collecting olives too. Hanukkah is coming and everyone needs oil. All months we collect olives. We move from tree to tree filling big sacks. At the end of the day, we dump them into a big pile. If we leave them in the sacks too long, they could get moldy. How many olives are in that pile? Ava is smiling. I can count them. I can't count them. There are too many. I protest. The pile of olives grows and grows. Now we have to take out the leaves so the oil won't be bitter. We use a round cover with an old carpet. I help by pouring the leaves down the ramp. The leaves stick to the carpet and the olives roll into a tarp of the bottom. When all the olives are clean, we pour them back into the sacks. We load all the sacks and lots of empty jugs into a truck and drive them to the olive press. At the press, the olives are weighed and rinsed in water. The clean olives are poured into a crusher where big stones crush them into a paste. The paste is squirted into mats. The mats are stuck and rolled into a pressing machine where they are squeezed tightly. Oil still mixed with water drips out and is collected in a big tank. The mixer is sucked into a centrifuge machine which whirls around very fast and separates the bitter water from the oil. The pure oil pours into a metal tub. From here it is funneled into jugs to take home. At dinner, Emma takes out the last bottle of old oil. That oil is clear and golden, unlike the new oil, which is cloudy and green. She says new oil needs to settle for a few weeks before it's ready to use. But I want to test the oil from olives. I helped get her, so she mixed a few drops of it into the old oil. We dip fresh warm pita bread into it. Delicious. On the first night of Hanukkah, I arranged pretty olives around the Hanukkah. Abba pours a little of the new oil into the glass cups. It reminds me it is the same kind of oil that we used to light the temple Hanukkah in Jerusalem long ago. When the Maccabees restored the temple, they found only enough oil to last for 1 day. But a miracle happened, and it burned for 8 days, enough time to harvest new olives and press them into oil. After we sing the blessing, I hold Abba's hand as he lights a wick floating in the oil. Then we sing Hanukkah songs and watch the flickering light of the burning oil. Oil from olives I help gather. So, this is the story. I hope you enjoy it. I have, for the first time, a Hanukkah with olive oil, and I am very excited that I found it in our temple gift shop. So I want you to see the oil inside the cups. It is the oil that they put in there. They come especially for Hanukkah. I am going to light the shamash. Hanukkah is not here yet, but I want you to see how this burns. There you go. So it is the oil up to here, and it is a little twig where the candle is burning the oil. And I have enough oil and enough candles for Hanukkah every single day during 8 days of Hanukkah. So, I hope you enjoy the book. Now, I am going to do with you an art project. So, because it's such a joyful holiday, to decorate your house, we are going to make a Magen David. Before I do that, I wanted to show you that in Arizona, we do have olive branches too. I found this in my neighbor's house, and I also find some olives that I pick up from the floor in my neighborhood. And I'm assuming that these olives that I pick up on the floor are the same olives that I bought in the store from Israel. They're black olives, and you can see here the cross, where the lady in the book, the Ima, cut a cross over there for the olives for them to be able to get the oil out of it. So now we're going to go to the project. So I am going to tell you what I did first. First, I made a Magen David out of 6 sticks, popsicle sticks, that they are going to be inside your bags. When you come to school and pick up your bags, they are going to be here. Okay? Then I have this little metal thing that is also in your bag, and I'm going to put some beads inside. You can choose. You have in your bag, I think, 3 colors, or if you have any more beads in your house, you can use it as well and make your decoration a little bit different than the one I'm making. You can make up your Hanukkah's decoration any way you like. There is no limit for what you can like, right? So then, I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to tie it. So, when we finish the project, you can hang this up on the wall for your Hanukkah party, or you can put it in your room to decorate your room. Then, we need some water and glue. I already mixed a little bit of water, like a few drops. I put the water in here, and I am going to get the glue, and I'm going to mix it. Okay, this was a little bit of glue that I have left in the container, but it was not enough. Whoops. So now I'm going to mix it. Mix, mix, mix. And then I have in this box little pieces of tissue paper. I have all the colors. I'm going to put in your bags some tissue paper as well. You do have a different tissue paper in there that you can do it if you want, or you can use this instead. I'm going to try to move the magenta bit to the front. This is going to be the back where you're going to glue the tissue paper, and this is going to be the front. Okay? So what I do is I'm going to put glue on the top, okay? First. And I'm going to put glue over here, not too much glue, a little bit of glue. Glue with the water, it works perfectly for that. Then I'm going to stick one piece of the tissue paper. First I'm going to do it here. And you can put two of them together if you like. Let me take this one out because too many will not glue either. And then what I'm going to do, you start from here. You start from here, you're going to move this to the other side. So this thing will stay like that. I'm going to add another one on top. Okay? Oh, my fingers got sticky. Alright. Then I'm going to start first covering the the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corners. And I'm going to choose, this time, pink. There you go. And I'm going to do the same thing on this corner, over here. And I'm going to use yellow. You can choose any color you want. And I can also use turquoise. Oh, I have pink out. The pink came to my finger, so I'm going to use the pink. And I'm going to put more glue on top. And don't be afraid if it rips. You don't worry about it because you can put another one on top of the other, on top of the paper that ripped. Okay? Like this. Now it's not finished. I'm going to continue with purple. I like to use different colors. It will be okay if you don't. If you want one color, it's fine too. Okay. Here you go. Double will look good. Let's see a brown one for this one over here. And then this is how it looks in the back. Now we're going to put more. Okay, I'm going to put more so I can cover the whole thing with papers, with this paper. I'm going to put one here. Okay, this is tissue paper and it's very hard to work with. And then I'm going to give you other ideas that you can do. If you think it's too hard, you can just put one tissue paper in the back. I'm going to put the tissue paper in the back so it will hold the whole thing. I'm going to get some pink. And beige. Now is when I start covering the middle of this magenta bit. And this is how it should look. go. I'm going to get some red. I didn't even see the red. It's better if you take the tissue paper out first so it doesn't stick in your fingers. You see, I have a gap in between those two, so and I'm going to fill it up with turquoise. There. So far, this is what I got, right? So, let's try some brown. Here we are. More red to give her some more color. I almost put the brush in the olives. Imagine that. And now pink. I have this bright pink that I like. There we go. Now, because it's too thin, I'm going to get a piece of gray paper, gray tissue. One second, I have a gap over here I have to fix. 1 second. We don't want to have any gaps because then it's not going to be, you will not be able to have, actually it's okay if you do have it, if you don't, it's better. I'm going to put the tissue paper. Now, this is the way it is, because I like it, it can look like this. I like to put the paper on the bottom. And I'm going to press this down so it will glue to the paper that I have on the bottom. Like that. And then you will not have any gaps. And you should see how it looks after it's dry. I am going to put some glue underneath the sticks. Actually, I don't need it. Now, when it's glued to the paper, I'm going to use scissors and cut this around like this so you don't see it. Then you will hold the back, but you will not see it. And then you can put it, when it dries, you can put it whatever you like. You can put it on the wall, you can put it on your Hanukkah table. Let's do it again. A little bit more over here. And look, I have a Magen David that is got stuck in there, and I like it. Because after I finish, there is another small thing that you have to do. I have that's it. Okay. So this is the way it should look. Before you hang this up outside, I'm going to show you what I do. First, I'm going to put a little bit of glue around to make sure everything is glued, and I need to clean up the brush really. Because I want to use some gray paint to decorate, to put my to put on my Magen David. So because of the glue, the paint is going to attach better to the wood. Okay, I'm going to leave my Magen David in there to give a little bit of color, blue. You will see the Magen David after it's after it dries. Right now you cannot see because the paint is wet. It's okay if you splash a little bit of paint in the tissue paper. Start looking good. When it dries, it looks really, really different than that. I'm going to show you one of mine that it dry already. I made. Okay, this is going to be beautiful for my Hanukkah table, for my family. When they come, they can see this and other things that I'm going to make. So now, this is the way it should look more or less. I'm sure you have your own ideas and you can surprise yourself. Now, I'm going to show you the ones that are already dry. I left them outside. This is one of them, and I have another one outside. This paper is inside your bag, and I didn't put any decorations, I just left it like that. And I have another one, I'm going to bring it to you so you can see it. This one, I made the same way that I show you how to make that one. That's the same thing, but I have to tell you that you can add more paint the next day if you like. I want to put glue because I want to do something else with this one. Okay? I want to see what happens if I put some beads on top. So, you see? You can also put some beads if you have some beads at home. I don't think they're in the back there are that many, but you're welcome to put beads in there and you're also going to look beautiful. Just with a little bit of glue. Whoops, this one doesn't have enough glue. So, Yeladim, I hope you have an amazing Hanukkah party in your house. Enjoy the sufganiyot. Enjoy the light. First of all, the lighting of the candles, because light, you know, light is very important. We need light, right? To see everything. So the Hanukkah light should be burning for the 8 days. Don't forget to sing the beautiful blessings for Hanukkah. And you can decorate this any way you like. Also, I hope you get some gelt and you can play with the dreidel that I'm going to send you in your bags. Alright, so Chag Sameach, Chag Hanukkah Sameach, and enjoy with your family. And I'll see you in school when we come back on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Oh Hanukkah, let's light the menorah. Let's have a party, we all then say ora. Ladies on the table and like to eat. Say we want to play. And friends around the table. So Hanukkah Sameach. I'll see you soon. Bye bye. It was a pleasure. Bye guys.